Let's be honest, talking about money on camera can feel awkward, especially if you're a financial professional. You don't want to come across as being pushy, but staying vague doesn't help either. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to talk about pricing and value in a way that builds trust and filters in the right clients. I'm Jeremy, and I've spent over 26 years as a broadcast TV cameraman working with brands like Netflix, the BBC and Channel 4. These days, I help expert-led service businesses like yours create video that not only looks great, but actually works to grow your client base, build trust, and save you time in the sales process. Loads of accountants and financial advisors I speak to avoid money chat on camera. It feels like it comes off too salesy or transactional. But here's the thing, when you don't talk about money clearly, you leave your clients guessing, and guessing leads to doubt, hesitation, and ultimately ghosting. The mistake is overcompensating. You stick to generalities. You say things like, we offer bespoke packages, or get in touch to talk about pricing. And the client's left there thinking, but how much is this actually going to cost me? It's not actually helping anyone. In fact, it creates mistrust, even if you're offering amazing value. And here's the thing, 86% of buyers say they would leave a website and never come back if pricing information is either unclear or missing. And that stat comes from a 2022 Gartner survey on B2B digital expectations. You see, people value transparency, and if you're vague, they assume the worst, or they just move on to someone else who's clearer. So here's what to do instead, a three-part fix that works. Firstly, start with empathy, not explanation. So frame the money conversation around your client's real emotional concern, not the surface level topic. For example, if you've ever avoided hiring an accountant because you weren't sure what it would cost, or you're worried you'll get hit with hidden fees, this is for you. You see, that shows that you get them. Not just the need for a tax return, but the hesitation, the worry, the past bad experiences. That's what builds trust before you ever mention a number. So how can you go about uncovering what your client's real concerns are? Well, here are three fast ways. Firstly, listen back to discovery or consultation calls. What do people say before they say yes? Are they worried about cost, overwhelm, complexity, or risk? Then review your email inquiries. What words come up again and again? Phrases like, I'm not sure if I'm ready, or I've had a previous bad experience with an accountant. They're all absolute gold. Thirdly, ask your best clients a quick little message like, before we started working together, what was your biggest hesitation or fear? Their answers will give you copy straight from the heart of your market. And when you open your video by addressing those concerns in their language, not yours, you instantly earn attention and trust. Secondly, share your process from the client's point of view. Give a top-level view of how you work without getting into the weeds. So try something like, most clients start with a discovery session where we look at your business goals, your challenges, and your tax position. And from there, we tailor a plan that gives you clarity and confidence, not just compliance. Notice the focus there. It's not about you, it's about what the client experiences. You're telling a short story from their side of the table. In terms of action steps, write down your own process in 3 stages, then rewrite it from the client's perspective using plain English and focusing on how each stage helps them feel more confident, less overwhelmed, and more in control. You don't need to cover everything, just enough to help the right client say, yes, that's exactly what I need. Thirdly, definitely be upfront about pricing. You don't need to list every fee, just set expectations. And let's be honest, for a lot of service providers, money is the Achilles heel in video content. It's where you risk being seen as just another option, a commodity, instead of the expert that you are. And that fear, that's totally valid, because when you only present a number, people then are forced to default to comparison. And when you're not confident in your own value, or you're wrestling with a little bit of imposter syndrome, which by the way, is a load more common than you may think, it makes that number feel even more vulnerable. So here's what's to do instead. Frame pricing in terms of outcomes. So try, for example, our plans start from $850. That's for a full roadmap to get you out of financial firefighting and into long-term clarity. Or something like, most clients spend between $1,200 and $2,000. The goal isn't just tax compliance, it's giving you back your evenings, your headspace, and your confidence. These aren't just numbers, they're bridges to a better life, and that's the shift. So here's what we're actually doing in those examples I've just talked about. We're pairing a price with a payoff. We're not just giving a figure, we're anchoring that figure to a transformation that matters to the client. We're moving the focus away from how much does this cost and towards what do I get to feel, experience, or solve because of this. And when you frame pricing this way, people stop thinking in terms of invoices and start thinking in terms of outcomes. response, and that is what builds trust and converts. Transparency creates trust. In fact, 94% of consumers say that they're much more likely to stay loyal to brands that offer complete transparency, and that's from a Label Insight study. And in financial services, trust is everything. When you talk about pricing openly, it doesn't scare people off. It actually reassures them that you've got nothing to hide. Now, if this helps you shift your thinking about video and trust, please do hit like and subscribe. It's free and helps the channel grow, and it makes sure that you don't miss the rest of this series. Each video is designed to help you bring in better fit clients for your business with less effort and more confidence. And next up, we're tackling one of the biggest misconceptions: why polished videos don't automatically build trust. We'll explore what actually does and how to get started in the next video. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.